one need not be averse to visitors, but I think it's become too much. You see, that's also part of, I have indicated in the book that Kochi seems to have a kind of strong herd instinct. See, any one idea, any dominant idea, everybody seems to capitalize on that idea, follow that idea. At one point, some rich man started a newspaper. That entire street called Rose Street, I think, became the Fleet Street. Everybody started newspapers. I mean, things like that. I mean, there are so many newspapers. I mean, Kerala's history of newspapers almost begins from Cochin, or at least a major chapter of Kerala's journalism history happened in Fort Kochi. But also, see, tourism, if it is tourism that's going to be the big money spinner, everybody will get into tourism. Pepper trade. The civil servants were allowed to do parallel trading at one time under the Portuguese. So every civil servant did pepper trading on the sides, traded in spices, things like that. So the current single idea, monomania, is tourism. So everybody is into tourism in a big way. But that, I think the place can't take, it's fragile. There has to be some kind of, I think it should, we should be able to, there is no point in physically restricting anything, but there is a case for upgrading Cochin from heritage tourism, sort of voyeuristic tourism, to knowledge tourism. I think that's what you should do, because it could be an ideal place if it's part of a big university. Even for I mean, even letting all the tourists in, that's also part of your knowledge, how they come, look at a place, go by, how they record, what they see. And also if there are students floating around, imagine a lot of students floating around, doing part-time work as tourist guides, talking about the place. I'm told that there is history of science that happened in the West Coast. Some of the old documents on calculus that is apparently invented on the West Coast, somewhere near Irinjalakuda, not very far from Kochi. Those documents have all come out now. Before Leibniz and others, Newton talked about calculus. So you never know. I mean, the point is that if it becomes part of knowledge tourism, it could be, I mean, at least partly. That, I think, will make it less stressful. I mean, this kind of physical footfalls, people coming and going all the time, just for recreation, can be a problem. Also, most of the structures that I pointed out as 400 years old and 300 years old are much newer. I mean, that has been so in most tourism places. Partly also because of the major outbreaks of fire, apart from very violent power shifts that have happened. Binale has actually has been a major reason for sustaining tourism there. Before tourism got into merely, totally recreational and nothing more than recreational. In that sense, Binale is a value add. Apart from what Binale chooses to do, I mean, promoting art itself, on such a scale, has never happened in India, at least in South India. And nothing much has happened in Kerala for the last 30, 40 years in promoting fine arts. Performance arts, yes. Music, yes, but not fine arts. So in every sense that is good, but what it has done for Kochi is specifically an option to, again, what I indicated earlier, make it a little closer, brought Kochi a little closer to knowledge tourism, a little more away from mere recreational tourism. To that extent, I think it's very good.